Welcome to Family Funday Friday.
After Kickstarter Corner,
We are
going to be talking about
Fireball Island and Smash Brothers for the Switch.
this episode of Getting Geeky with Gamerleaf is proudly being powered by Syther Gaming, who recently had new documents displayed on their Facebook page as they are being recovered from the war. Very interesting. Overbattle, the all-war tabletop board game, which is the 4X game for your tabletop. It is huge. Saw them play it on the Unfiltered Gamer. Will be launching to Kickstarter come the 19th of March. So watch out for Overbattle from Syther Gaming. You can go ahead and like their Facebook page. We'll make sure we leave links in the show notes, just like usual. But definitely be on the lookout for Overbattle, the all-war, coming to Kickstarter the 19th of March, like I previously stated.
Getting Geeky with Gamerleaf, the podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamerleaf.
They were deserted on the shore of some big island. Since the dawn of time, the Leafs have had it in their hearts to seek treasure and outdo one another whenever it seems that might be a possibility. So when the helicopter pilot told them they were there to rid the island of any treasures before the general population started their migration, the Leafs set off on a mad dash to get more than their siblings and father. Every once in a while, two of the Leafs would meet up in what appeared to be an odd, out-of-the-ordinary battle area. They would fight it to the death. Luckily, upon arriving to the island, they had inherited some of those characteristics of the 80s and 90s cartoons that Gamerleaf is so fond of. So every time Barbarian or Queen Leaf took a fancy to knock their dear old dad off a cliff, he'd just reappear magically. Did that sound familiar to you? It didn't to me neither, but this is the story of the Leafs playing both Fireball Island and Nintendo Switch's new game of Super Smash Brothers. Stay tuned until after Kickstarter Corner when we give you our takes on these games.
What is this place? What is it doing here in the Leaves computer? Oh, it's Kickstarter Corner with the Leaves.
Not too many games on Kickstarter these days, but hopefully that's about to change come the first of the year. But in the meantime, we've got 4 great games to tell you all about that are currently on the Kickstarters. First one on our Kickstarter Corner today is Pathwise, a dynamic maze-building game. Pathwise is an innovative strategy game with stunning artwork and unique gameplay. Yeah, I had the pleasure to sit down with the creators of this great game from Silversmith Games, and we went ahead and had a great old chat about Pathwise. It sounds like a really fun game that if you like tile laying and you like to outdo your opponent by getting your prize per se out of the path before everybody else and sabotaging them along the way, you might really like Pathwise. Go check it out on the Kickstarters. It'll be there through the end of the year, Monday the 31st of December. Pathwise, a dynamic maze building game. Next is another one I had the creators on the show. It was in their update. They show a link to our interview. But it's called Natural Selection, which is a fun educational board game that is suited for all players of all ages. A game of dominance, survival, and sentience, in which you can choose which way to play by being an omnivore, a carnivore, or a herbivore. Which one would you be? I would probably pick the carnivore. But in this game, there's only room for one winner, because the only way to avoid extinction is to be the fittest for survival. So, survival of the fittest for your tabletop. Next, we've got Final Flicktier relaunch. Boldly go where no asymmetric faction has gone before in this 4X game featuring a unique dice flicking mechanism for movement and combat. I also sat down with Gabe to talk all about this great game before he launched it on the Kickstarters, and you can find that interview in the first update of his campaign. We're right above the picture of the Santa Claus that looks like an alien. So go ahead and listen to that and check out the Kickstarter page, and if you like the game, go ahead and show Gabe and the Final Flicktier relaunch a little bit of support. Have you been off the Kickstarter for a while? Well, you're definitely going to head back over to check out Fences, a tile laying game. It's a family friendly farming game that got funded, and there's still weeks to go to get in on the fun of this great game. So another tile laying game, but instead of trying to get out of the path, you're trying to build the best farm. It looks like the Chubby Meeple as well as Tantrum House did their previews on this great game, and now you can find out all about it by tuning in to Getting Geeky with Game Relief next week. So you don't miss the episode, make sure you're subscribed on your favorite podcast catcher, and you can hear me sit down with the creator of Fences, a tile laying game, next week. But in the meantime, jump over and check out their Kickstarter page. It's titled Fences, a tile laying game, and it'll be on Kickstarter through Tuesday, the 15th of January. So definitely go ahead and check that out. It's coming to us from Bearded Board Games. Just the name of the game company makes me happy. Bearded Board Games is bringing Fences, a tile laying game, back. And now's your chance to get in on the fun, as it has already reached its funding goal. So run on over. And reminder to click any of our links in the show notes to show the creators that we have on, or that we go ahead and tell you about their games, as well as Game Relief. Show us both a little bit of support so we can keep bringing you great games on Getting Geeky with Game Relief. And now we join our interview, well, not necessarily interview, our review of Nintendo Switch's Super Smash Bros., as well as Restoration Games Fireball Island, currently in progress. Welcome to Getting Geeky with Game Relief Family Funday Friday. Right now, I'm joined by... Who am I joined by?
Queen Leaf.
How you doing, Queen Leaf, minus the cold?
Good.
That's good to hear. I'm glad you're doing good. What game did you play just barely?
Hotball Island.
Yeah, from Restoration Games, we played Fireball Island, but she calls fireballs hot balls, the candy. We did not play with the candy. There was no candy or sugar ruining the game or the children's teeth or anything that during the game.
It was pretend candy.
Or marbles, but yeah, pretend candy, I like the idea of that. So, what did you think about Hotball Island, Queen Leaf?
I think it wasn't very nice because one of the leaves was talking weird and laughing at me.
Oh yeah, a little bit of smack, but we always have a little bit of smack. You do that on Fire Emblem Heroes with Mom, didn't you? She didn't have the character and you did, and you drew a picture, didn't you? What picture did you draw?
I drew her crying because she didn't have Christmas robin.
And then she turned around later that night and got 2 Christmas robins, didn't she?
Yeah, we said we would do that, but she did it instead. Broke 2 Christmas. That's jealous.
Yep, so now Queen Leaf is jealous. But going back to Hotball Island or Fireball Island from Restoration Games, besides the little bit of jaunting at each other, what did you think about the game?
I thought not very nice because it was creepy.
Yeah, you can not be nice in this game. What did you like about Fireball Island, Queen Leaf?
The diamond and the sparkly gem balls.
Yeah, she got the Ruby of Valkar, I think it is, and she had that. She was trying to pocket it at the end of the game so she could run off and play with it, weren't you?
Yeah.
But don't worry, we got it, so we'll put it away with the game so next time we play. What about the last part? What did Daddy let you do at the last part of the game? Do you remember?
Help you with throwing the sparkly balls in.
And did we knock anybody over?
You knocked somebody over. Me and Princess Leaf.
Yeah, so we knocked a little bit of people over. Would you play this game again, Hot Ball Island?
No.
You wouldn't play it again? Why not?
I was just pretending.
Pretending about you won't play or pretending you will play?
No, not play.
So you will or you won't play? I'm confused.
I'll play.
You'll play it again? Oh, good. Restoration Games has gotten Queen Leaf's attention. So you liked it? What would you tell your friends about Hot Ball Island?
I would tell them that it would be beautiful.
It is kind of beautiful. Daddy had fun setting it up, you know that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's been on our table. But Lady Leaf, Mommy, finally made us play it today, huh?
Yeah, but also I helped pop those things out. I like that too.
Oh, you popped the game out. Now, for something completely different, what game have you been playing on the Nintendo Switch lately?
Smash Brothers! Smash Brothers?
What can you tell us about Smash Brothers for the Nintendo Switch?
I can tell you it has every character from any video game.
Yeah, it's got a lot of characters if you unlock them, and our brother Wizard Leaf unlocked them for us, huh?
All of them in his bio.
Yeah, so we have to use his file. What character do you like to be in Smash Brothers?
I like Zelda and the Mario princesses. Princess Peach, Rosalina, Daisy.
Oh boy, and I want to say, have you beaten everybody in the family at that game?
Yes!
You have?
Uh-huh.
I know you beat me and you got me to sudden death quite a few times.
Well, I beat more people at sudden death, not anyone from the family.
Oh yeah? Did you play people not from the family?
Yeah, it was one player.
The computer? Oh, you played one player, the computer?
No, it was on the Nintendo.
It was on the Nintendo, not the computer. What am I thinking? Daddy can be silly sometimes. So, what do you like about Smash Brothers?
I like that it has anyone I like.
Yeah, that's always fun. What about the buttons? Do you like the button control?
I think, but what I most love out of it
Is what?
that where people are there, their name's Siam, and I don't know what the other guy's name. That's not his name.
Well, I'm lost. What does he look like?
I don't remember.
Well, some weird guy with a weird name, and we don't remember what he looks like, but he's also in Smash Brothers, so that's good.
Siam is also in there, but Siam says is actually his real name.
Oh, boy.
So that's weird.
Who does Daddy or Gamer Leaf like to be in Smash Brothers?
Bowser or Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I have to be Donkey Kong in my file, but when we use Wizard Leaf's file, I can be Bowser. I get a little frustrated or not able to play if somebody's the same character as me. So, many a time, if they choose Bowser and I have to be Bowser, I die.
You got confusing.
Yeah, I get confused if I'd be the same person as somebody else, so I don't like that. Well, anything else you want to tell us about Smash Brothers or Hot Ball Island?
Well, can I stay on for a longer time?
You want to stay on the podcast for a longer time?
Yeah, so this can be a longer episode.
How about you go get Princess Leaf so she can come and tell me what she thought about Fireball Island and Smash Brothers, okay?
Well, can I play Smash Brothers while you two do this?
No, let's play it after Snack Leaf gets home, okay? Thank you for joining us. We're now joined by who?
B. Leaf.
Barbarian Leaf. How you doing, Barbarian Leaf?
Good.
Good. What games did you just recently play?
Smash Brothers.
What about on the tabletop board game side?
Fireball Island.
What did you think about Fireball Island?
It was a fun experience game with strategy.
Well, what kind of strategy did you use?
I don't know. I forgot.
Yeah, there really wasn't much of a strategy. So how do you play Fireball Island?
I actually kind of forgot.
You just barely played it. That's why we had you. Can you tell us about it?
You collect treasures. You can put fireball in the giant head monster thing. Statue. And it can knock people over and stuff over.
What was the best part about the game?
Knocking people over.
By flicking the marbles or putting them in the Volker's head?
Volker head.
Cool, that's awesome. I think you ended up winning. You ran off before scores were tallied, but I think you ended up winning the game.
Cool.
What did you think about the different pieces and the whole game board? Was it different than regular games?
Yeah.
How so?
Because it's a huge island.
Yeah, you're stuck on a huge island. What are you doing on that island?
Collecting treasure, knocking people over, and try and get to the helicopter and try to throw the drum and throw it at people.
Well, I don't recall throwing of any gems, but that sounds like a pretty fun game. What would you tell your friends about Fireball Island?
Play it if you want to knock people down.
Oh, wow. So quite a raving review from Barbarian Leaf. Now, on to something completely different.
Can I do this before you say that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Knock people down if you're a fan of it.
There you go. You have it here from a raving review of Barbarian Leaf. I guess he is a barbarian on a foreign island, knocking people over. Now, a different game where you knock people over, but it's not for your tabletop and you're not deserted on an island. What was that?
Nintendo. And it's Nintendo Switch, and it's called it's Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo Switch. What did you think about?
It's a super fun game, and it's sort of strategy. You have to figure out how to beat the other person, and it's pretty easy.
What's pretty easy? And
you have to save people after one turn or two or three. You get a new person. You have to fight. If you win, let's just say you get that person. Oh yeah.
What characters have you unlocked yourself through fighting other people?
Bowser, Yoshi, Pac-Man. Wait.
So Bowser, Yoshi, and Pac-Man, you said?
I got some other. I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's more than I've unlocked. I don't think I've unlocked anybody. Now, who do you prefer to play? If you had to pick one player to play Smash Brothers with, mostly, who'd you pick?
You.
No. Oh, you'd like to play me? Why do you like to play me at Smash Brothers?
Because you're easy to kill and train on.
Oh boy, that's not good. There you go. So that's where he gets his training done, and that's who he'd like to kill. But what character in Smash Brothers do you like to pick to use?
Oh, that's one of my favorites. There's 3 guys I like to use. And
Which
I'm
3?
Pretty good at using them. Well, actually 4.
Which 4?
Meta, the guy.
Who? Metroid?
Meta.
Meta. Who's Meta?
Kirby guy.
Oh, so Kirby. Oh, Metal. The metal guy. The metal Kirby.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else?
Kirby, Link, and I can't remember this dragon guy. He's from Samus.
Oh, the Samus. Okay, yeah.
He's the monster.
Okay.
Monster.
Oh, the monster from
Samus game.
Oh, from Metroid. I think it's from Metroid. That's pretty cool. If you had to pick out of those 4, who's your go-to guy?
I can tell it's not Metal or the dragon guy from Samus. It's either Kirby or Link. I don't know. They're pretty good fighters for me.
Oh, good. What would you tell your friends about Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo Switch?
Play this game so you can knock people down on Fireball Island.
I see a theme developing here. Awesome. And let's see here. So yeah, there you have it.
Actually, I would just say play this game if you like fighting your family or wanting to play a hard game like smashing stuff.
Well, there you have
Like
it.
smash people down to the ground.
What do you want to, like, if you had to pick a board game or a Nintendo game for your Christmas, what would that be, Barbarian Leaf?
It would be wait, what?
Hey, you weren't listening. I mean, what would it be, like, if you had to pick a new board game that we don't have or a video game, what would it be?
A phone.
A phone?
Yeah, a phone.
I'm not going to give you an iPhone.
Oh, and we wish you a Merry Christmas too. 5 more days till Christmas and 4 more days for Christmas Eve.
Yeah, the time of this recording. So, yeah, it'd be Christmas by the time. You might hear this a couple days before Christmas, but if we don't talk to you before then, I hope you'll have a Merry, Merry Christmas from...
Barbarian Funday.
I guess. I guess I can't wish you a Merry Christmas because Barbarian Leaf said so out of the mouth of babes. Out of the mouth of babes. Well, go see what Princess Leaf has to tell me, and we'll go from there, okay? Thanks, Barbarian Leaf. Now we're joined by...
Princess Leaf.
How you doing, Princess Leaf?
Good.
That's good to hear. Even the cold hasn't got you down?
No.
It's got you down a little bit, but that's okay. What game did you recently play on your tabletop game?
Fireball Islands.
And what did you think about Fireball Islands?
It was fun.
How do you play that game?
You basically have action cards and you play them and you can move and you have different characters.
Yeah, so they move you around the board and tell you different things what to do. What was your favorite part about Fireball Island?
Playing.
Playing it?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you like a certain part of the game, a certain aspect?
Where we gotta drop the marbles.
Yeah, flicking the marbles at people, that was pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
So the object of the game is to get the most treasure before anybody else and try to win that way, huh? And then get back to the helicopter.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Would you play Fireball Island again?
Yeah.
Well, most definitely, because we actually have an expansion and some other packs we gotta add to the game. Because we just played the base game. What do you think about the actual components of the game? Like, does this look different than any other board games we have, do you think?
Yeah.
How so?
By it being set up like an island.
Oh, so you're in the middle of a desert island?
Yeah.
Did you play in like a lake or a swimming pool or your bathtub, or where did you play?
No, on our table.
So it wasn't really an island, but it was kind of an island?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. And you said you'd play it again, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, that's cool. And so there you have it. What did you like least about Fireball Island?
Me losing.
Losing? You got third though, not fourth.
Yeah, but I still kind of lost.
Oh, well, I thought you did pretty good. It's a pretty cool game. A little bit of reading and stuff, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, on a completely different note, leaving your tabletop, going to sometimes islands, sometimes not, sometimes you're in cityscapes, but a game that can be played on your television. What game have you been playing a lot of on your television?
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers, I think, or whatever they call it for Switch, Nintendo Switch. What do you think about that game?
It's fun.
How so?
Beating people.
Beating people? Who have you beaten recently?
My little sister.
Who, Princess Leaf? Or no, Queen Leaf. You're Princess Leaf. Queen Leaf, cool. And so you like beating her. Barbarian Leaf actually said he likes playing me the most because he can beat me. Do you believe that?
Yes.
Oh boy. Now, there are different characters that you can be on Super Smash Brothers. Who are your favorites?
Princess Peach and Daisy.
Princess Peach and Daisy. Why do you like them?
Because they're from Mario and they can fly.
They can fly? You didn't tell me that's what else have you been holding out on the game? Anything?
No.
Well, that's good. And now, so you would pick one of those princesses on the game?
Yes.
Interesting. Do you have a favorite scenario or battle scene, place to play, I guess, setting?
The place where it looks like it's on fire. It looks like the Fire Nation took over in Fire Emblems.
Oh, I don't know about that. Cool. I like the little Mario Brother ones. Like, you're actually in a Mario Brothers game and you're going along. I thought that was kind of cool. Okay, so the kids have reviewed both Fireball Island and Nintendo Switch's Super Smash Brothers, and now I guess it's my turn, isn't it? Well, where should I start? I guess we'll start with Fireball Island, because it was set up longer than the others. Actually, as soon as we got it, I believe it was as soon as we got it, I took it out of the box. First off, I read the directions in what Queen Leaf likes to call the Collector's Manual. So I went ahead and opened those. I usually don't read rule books. This one was really easily read as well as formatted. I'd have to say, out of all the rule books I've checked out, this is by far my favorite. I didn't fall asleep. It was very short and sweet and to the point. So I wouldn't even necessarily had to watch the video, but I prefer video to a rule book. But if you don't have access to the internet and you want to play a fun game, or just a rule book that is not too hard to read and it's not going to put you to sleep, definitely check out Fireball Island's rule book. And moving on, after I watched the video, I started setting up the game board. I believe I might have even done this without... Yes! Get a load of this. Game Relief, first time ever. I set the game up without having watched the video.
Gamer Leaf levels up.
You won't believe your eyes. Well, you can't see because this is a podcast after all. But I did. I went through the rule book one afternoon. I believe it might have been a Saturday. Who knows? Who cares? Anyway, I set it up. You take the components out of the box. It is not your regular everyday board, as the Leafs and I were talking about. It's an actual island. It is really good quality, in my opinion. It's like one of those, I don't know, reminds me of a terrain, even though I never wore a game, but a terrain that I would play with a little army guys. I better not tell Barbarian Leaf, because he would like that. But there's like even like a little, the evil guy, I think of Skeletor's castle, but there's a little guy where you put the marbles in the heads and it can roll down. You put marbles all over the board and try to flick each other off. The components are amazing, in my opinion. You got little plastic trees, marbles, Volcar, it's little trails. Even you have these bridges and ladders. Wow, it was awesome. I thought about, can we put water to go down like little rivers and stuff? They really got into depth in making this board game, and I was having a blast just setting the thing up. And now it's over. We had it on the table for a week and a half, if not longer. Lady Leaf said, "Oh, we need you to play this game." I don't know if she got tired of staring at it or it was just cluttering the room, but it was amazing even just setting it up. So if you want to have fun setting a game up, I say you leave Monopoly or Sorry in the box and go straight for Fireball Island. It's a big box, but a great game. You actually go ahead and put a mountain together and put the little trees in, have fun. Even the little miniatures that come with the game, that are the little guys that you take around the island, they're beautifully handcrafted. You got different colors. I think I was yellow. Don't take my word for it, but I believe I was yellow. Then you get these little cards that tell you what you can do on your turn. You turn it over. It has scoring at the end. The cards were amazing. Little pictures. You're trying to go ahead and collect treasure. And that ruby, a Volcar's treasure or whatever it is, Queen Leaf herself, by the end of the game, she had pocketed it and was ready to run out of the room with it. I kid you not. So even your 5-year-old is going to love this game, or at least the treasure therein. So yeah, that was fun. We had misplaced our dice, but it has since been found, so no worries. We actually took one out of my pack of dice that I had, and we used that, so it's just a regular 6-sided dice. But I think the dice might be different because there's only so many caves that you can go into. So how you play this game is you go ahead and instead of rolling to get where you need to go, there's action cards. You play an action card and it'll tell you an action like how many spaces to move. And then you move those spaces. If you end up on an unstable space any time during your turn, you stop the movement. That is like a bridge or a ladder because they're actually rope. So you stop there. And if somebody gets in your way, you just hop over them. You don't count the space they're on, so that was cool. And after you move your spaces, you would go ahead and on the way, any treasure that you come across, you would pick it up. You only get one piece. If there's like 3 pieces of treasure on one place, you only get one. That's okay. But what was really cool is if you stop on a space, you get a treasure. And then when your next turn starts, if there's still a treasure on that space, you get to take it as well. Not that it affected me, as I ended up I almost lost this game. So, take whatever you will out of that. But it was amazing. I liked it. But so after that, after you do the movement on your card, there's an action on the end, such as a cataclysm, in which you drop the red fireballs down Volkar's head, and they roll out on the board and try to knock other people off. Or you can flick a marble. There's like ember marbles throughout the board. You try to flick the other people off. That's another thing you can do. As well as taking other action cards. I believe they're called souvenir card. Yeah, souvenir card. And you're also trying to get portrait cards. Wasn't quite clear on the portrait cards if they need to be all of different colors or if you can just have 3 of any. We ended up playing to just 3 of any. That Barbarian leaf got 3 yellows, I believe. And then at that time, that triggers, well, either that or having 4 marbles or 4 fireballs, if you will, in the scarb or whatever they call it. In the scarb at the first of somebody's turn, that triggers a helicopter coming back, and then everybody has to make a mad dash back to the helicopter with any treasure they have. And when everybody gets back there, or everybody's had 2 turns after the helicopter arrives back, that's when the game is over. So, that is how you play. And what did I think about it? Well, I liked it. We were a little stressed out. So I imagine after we know what we're doing a little bit better, it will be quite fun. Especially get my wife and Wizard Leaf in on the fun action. And it'll be amazing. But like I said, even just setting up the board, it made me happy. And the instruction booklet, let's see here. And the components, they were all amazing. So I'd have to give this 9 out of 10 leaves. Yeah, 9 out of 10 leaves. That sounds good. Now, moving on, was another game in which you're trying to knock each other down and kill each other and fight them and stuff. It's called Super Smash Brothers. You've probably heard of it, or you maybe even have it on your collection. I know one of our fans didn't have it, so he was kind of looking forward to us reviewing it. Yeah, and you can check out his podcast as well. It's called Board Gaming with English. He's a teacher and he teaches English to non-English speaking people in another country. Board Gaming with English. I definitely recommend you check it out. But here you go. Our preview, or my review of Super Smash Brothers. I really like it. It's pretty cool. The graphics are amazing, especially the different levels that you can go in and fight people. I guess the fighting arenas. They have some that are based upon the platform games that I love. Mario Brothers, like you and your opponent have to progress as the level is progressing forward to the right of your screen. You have to be doing that as well. I thought that was pretty cool. It's like you're playing Mario Brothers but fighting along the way, so that was cool. And they just had awesome levels that you can do. I think everybody possibly has a level based upon the game they might be found in. But I haven't played a lot of Nintendo games, or a lot of video games to be exact, so it didn't ring a bell with me. Some of the characters were amazing. Like I said before, maybe I have to be Bowser, otherwise it just doesn't play right for me. I'm usually taking those big guys. I have yet to find out a good working around with Donkey Kong, but if I don't have him, like on my file, I have hardly anybody. So if I can use Wizard Leaf's file, I'm going to do that, because that has Bowser and he has this cool slant, like where I pretty much grab the person, put their head between my knees, and jump up in the air and then slam them down on the ground, and I actually get into it with slamming my controller in the air. So that's pretty cool. I would have less, but like the controllers, I don't go ahead and search what I don't search what kind of things to do, because I feel you should be able to learn the moves by yourself. But I know you can go ahead and go into a menu and find out all the different moves for all the different characters. So if that is your cup of tea, go ahead, by all means do that. But myself, I'm just going to button mash. I'm actually doing pretty good with Bowser, except I will tell you, my 5-year-old can take me to school. A lot of the times we're ending up in sudden death, and luckily I'm mad dashing it to her so I can go ahead and knock her off the cliff. Otherwise, she would be blowing me out of the water in Super Smash Brothers. The other kids, they like to play me because they'll beat me. I've yet to take Lady Leaf on. I'm pretty excited to be able to do that when she's able to play it with me. But I really like this game. I guess you can do online play. I've yet to do that yet. I'm looking forward to doing it. It looks pretty cool. And what else can I tell you about it? The graphics, the art, it looks amazing. I'd give this 10 out of 10 Leafs. Even though I'm not much into video games, this is one that can have my attention probably for quite some time. So, I know it's late for Christmas, but if you're looking for a new game for your Nintendo Switch, definitely either borrow it from somebody or check it out. Or heck, even go ahead and make the small purchase to bring Super Smash Bros. Home. It is Leaf recommended. From myself, Wizard Leaf, even though he didn't give you a review. Also, Barbarian Leaf, Princess Leaf, Queen Leaf. I think even though Lady Leaf hasn't played it, well, she has played it yet, just not me. I think we all like it, and so this will be a game that we'll keep around, and you should too. But it's our least favorite time. Wait, I'll let Princess Leaf carry us out of the show. Go ahead and take it over, Princess Leaf. I don't know. Anything else you have to add?
No.
This episode's going to be released on Saturday, and there's a holiday coming up. Do you want to tell the people anything?
Christmas.
Do you want to tell them anything?
We're gonna get tons of gifts.
Tons of gifts. Okay, what about them? What about the people out there? Do you want to say anything special to them or anything?
Stay geeky, get geeky, bring others into the geek fold. Merry Christmas.
There, that's what I was going for. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Princess Leaf. We'll catch you on the flip side. Gamer Leaf out.
Game over. Tune in next week to see if Gamer Leaf and Dreams are respawned.